Yo, all right. So here's this whole thing about this transracial whatever, right? This ish does not make sense to me because I get it with the whole transgender and everybody's going crazy over Caitlyn Jenner and everything like that. But like transracial, so you just take on other people's races as you choose. I don't think that's a real thing. Really? Was this really necessary? Like, why are you lying about your race to infiltrate black people? Like, what's up with that? Somebody had to put her up to it. That's the same thing I was telling my freaking roommate. Somebody had to put her up to it and been like, all right, so you're just gonna go into the AACP and you're gonna infiltrate them. And she teaches all these classes about black history at all these colleges and everything. What sense does that make? What sense does that make at all? So what is she telling black people? What is she telling black people about their history that, you know, whatever white people want us to know, that's what they told us. There's so much more to black history and everything that's been happening versus what they want us to actually know. So she's out here teaching black people about their history, but she's teaching the white version. Because why were you, a white person, having to be like the freaking president of NAACP? For what? For what? This is what I'm talking about. This is the same thing that I said last time. I know I'm supposed to be playing this game, but I have like no idea how. This is the same thing I was talking about last time, where it's like black people only create things because white people won't allow them to be in the things that they already have. So like, and then you guys want to come in and be like, yeah, we want to be a part of this too. You guys are discriminating against us. No, because you guys want to call yourself the freaking majority and leave out everybody else. That's fine. But when we start with our own little groups, you want to be in it. Just like they have the frats. When they have the National Panhellenic Council, that was only created because white people wouldn't let black people in their frats. Black people aren't just out here to be like, we're going to be out here and we're going to exclude white people. No, you don't want us to be in it. That's fine. What you're not going to do is when we do decide to do something for ourselves is try to take it from us. That makes no sense whatsoever. This really made me upset. Be like, this doesn't make any sense. Black people can't have anything. Black people can't do anything, like every freaking time. And I really want to know who put her up to it and how comes nobody found out. And it's not just like, oh, I'm so mad, whatever, she's been the president. Did nobody check that she was black? All of these Ancestry.com things, did nobody check that she was black, that she was able to be a black leader? White people have been leading black people astray for years. And now this white lady is all of a sudden, here and she's supposed to tell us what to do and tell us the right thing. That doesn't make any freaking sense. I want to know why somebody didn't check. I want to know who the F it was who put her up to this and was like, yeah, it's okay. It's okay for you to be here. And somebody had to have freaking known. I'm confused why she needed to be in this in the first place. That doesn't make any sense to me. Who the hell is this lady, and why does she have so much freaking, like, I'm about to freaking lose it. How the F did she just come out of nowhere and be like, yeah, I want to be in this? Nobody knew she was white. Nobody said anything to her. Nobody checked anything. Nobody was like, hey, but as the NAACP, if I say I'm black, B, you have every right to go ahead and check it. Because it's about black unity and black people. It's not about, like you were saying before, feeling comfortable around white people. That's not what it's about. It's about black people. I'm gonna check if you're black. If I'm running a black-owned business and I say I want to hire black people, that's fine. That's fine that's illegal, but how can this white lady be the president of but then somebody asks you, hey, are you African American? I don't understand the question. No, that doesn't make any sense. I feel like you're allowed to be like, it's the NAACP. Like, I feel like you're allowed to check. That's how I feel. You're allowed to check because now she's out here But now everybody's out here mad, like, oh, whatever, she's white, you can't do that. And everybody's hopping back on this transracial issue. Like, she's white. Nobody knew that. Nobody checked. Somebody knew. And her parents knew. And how long was she president? And then they were like, hey, you're not actually black. Because if it's illegal for them to actually check, why is it coming out now that she's white? I don't think that's true. Your parents don't know that you out here portraying to be another race that it does, but that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you're the whole president of NAACP. That doesn't make any freaking sense to me. No, that's not what it is. Okay, so then how about, so is she allowed to say that she's black now because she's been around so many black people? Is she officially transracial and a black? Is that what it's about? So now she can actually still be the president of NAACP? And what's up with her teaching black people about their culture? I'm not okay with that. You're right. If nobody sees anything wrong with it, I guess I can't freaking say anything. But y'all want to be mad that she's white, trying to help, quote unquote, saying that she's trying to help black people, and she's not. Is that broccoli?
First catch of the day.
We can't tell you much about the cadence because not much is known. It's old, first sighted centuries ago. It cares only for destroying...
That doesn't make sense to me. I don't get it. I don't appreciate white people trying to tell black people about their culture because that's how we lost ourselves in the first place. And then white people are allowed to swagger jack you for things that you didn't even know that you have control over or created. Not trying to sound funny, but like, I don't know what white people culture is because they have taken so many things from so many other people. Like,
but if you're going to remember one thing, don't let those runts form a posse. Keep them apart.
Otherwise, it'll be like when cable get together at
it makes no sense to me. This whole transracial, like,
untold millions to go.
I wish I could run around telling people I was white just to get the job and then get up there and be like, but I hang around white people all the time and I know what white culture is and I know how to speak proper. Like, man, F out of here with all that BS. Like,
cadence cowards. They'd rather...
That's crazy.
Like, heroes are hit. They may forget some of their combat training. The mind is just as vulnerable.
That's crazy. I don't freaking know, man. Is transracial really okay? Like, people were going transgender. Cool. You want to identify with the male or female. You change yourself. And even speaking on that topic, it's like, it goes, okay, so transracial, I don't know how to put this delicately because I don't want anybody to call me anything or try to call me out of my name or nothing like that. But like, there's a difference between being like homosexual and being black. If I like women, I don't have to run up to people and push it in their face that I like women. But I can't hide that I'm black. I can't do it. I can over the phone because apparently I speak very quote unquote proper, and that's fine. Whatever you want to call me, whatever you want to say, I'm this and that. I can't tell you how many people I've talked to and they're like, oh crap, I didn't even see that.
That could have been worse. At least they belong to heroic bloodlines.
And then, you know, like, but I'm not allowed to tell people I'm not black. You see it. If I am homosexual, I don't have to be like, yo, I like chicks, all right? That's just what it is. I like chicks. But I do have to tell you I'm black. I don't have a choice. So this whole transracial of like white people being like, I identify with black people. I have met a white man, and I'm speaking from personal experience. I'm not like somebody told me and I know such and such, but I've met a white man who grew up with black people and didn't even know he was white. Obviously, like his skin color, but he was like, man, I hated white people for the longest because you grew up with a bunch of black people and you probably saw what it really was like. And I don't know if you thought you were Hispanic or whatever the case is. That's fine. But he also goes, yeah, but I'm white. I know about black culture and I'm white. But then it's like, I can still argue the fact and be like, oh, well, you know, I've lived in Italy for 7 years, so, like, I'm Italian, just call it what it is. And you'd be like, oh, okay, like, that's fine, you know? But for me to sit here in America and be like, yo, man, I'm Italian, How? By what means? Like, you know what I mean? And I don't even know if that's a good example, because to be transracial, I still don't even know what the F that means. But like, being black is more than just, you know, what people think they see, like on freaking BET, or like people trying to sag their pants and thinking that's a black thing. Like, all right, I'm going around in circles. Let me back up. Being ratchet has no color. Ratchet is its own culture, and ratchet is its own, like, it's its own culture. When you're ratchet, you're ratchet. When Asian people are ratchet, you know, they want to be like, oh, she's trying to act black. No, B, she's ratchet. Ratchet is ratchet. Ratchet is not black. Ratchet is not white. You have ratchet white people. You have ratchet black people. You have ratchet Asian people. You have ratchet Middle Eastern people. You have ratchet Hispanic people. They're ratchet, and they all look the same, and you can identify and be like, these people are ratchet. That's all it is these people are ratchet. Like, that's all it is. They're ratchet. They're not trying to act black. They're not trying to do nothing. Ratchet is its own flavor. It's its own color. It's its own culture. So with that being said, you trying to be like transracial and be like, I identify with black people. Gee, you can't, because it's a struggle. It's not even like, oh, I don't want you in my culture. This is for us. You haven't been persecuted. You haven't experienced racism. Like the people who were getting upset when they moved into like, there was a whole bunch of white people getting mad because they moved into like a Hispanic neighborhood because, you know, they were pushing the people out of like the ghettos and trying to like not make them a ghetto anymore or whatever. I forgot what the freaking word is. Gentrification. Thank you. They went into this Hispanic neighborhood and they're like, we're not welcome. We're gonna boycott all these restaurants because when I came in here, I didn't feel welcome. Well, in what way? What way did these people not make you feel welcome? In what way do you feel like they were, you know what I mean, like discriminating against you or not wanting to serve you or whatever? You don't have that. You don't have an excuse. All you know is that no one threw out a welcome mat for you, and you're not used to that because you're white. That's understandable. That's understandable. You're not used to people being like, I don't want you to eat here. And minorities are. So you can't take on somebody's culture and you don't experience their struggles. That's not fair. That's absolutely not fair. That's the part I don't understand. I don't care if y'all want to listen to hip-hop and make hip-hop, which is a whole nother conversation. Listen to hip-hop and make hip-hop, but like, if you're not talking about real struggle, isn't that what rap was all about? Struggle. J. Cole has something to say about Eminem being a rapper, and it's like, see, they're trying to take over everything. I don't like 100% agree with that, because Eminem went through like a struggle also, and that's why he's rapping, and it was like legit. And to me, rap is about struggle. But it's like, you want to make rap about thrift stores and it being 99 cents and be like, oh my God, and a song about you were being potentially gay, and you want to be like, oh my God, he's the best rapper of this year. The F he is. He's absolutely not. He's absolutely not. Like, I don't freaking know, man. Oh, wait, is this thing over here? It doesn't make any sense to me. Nothing makes any sense to me. But what was I reading earlier? It said, what did I say? White people or everybody will agree and like with whatever white people are saying, like you'll try to make it right and be like it's okay, like, oh, it's transracial. Like, that's not a real thing. In real life, that's not a real thing. I don't know. I don't even know who came up with this. Transgender is something different, but for you to just be like, yeah, I identify with you now. Here I am. And that's not fair because you don't go through the same struggles. And oh crap. Two of them. You don't go through the same struggles, so it's unfair to tell you that you identify.
They hit things with a caber. Sometimes they hit hard and put things down. Other times they hit not so hard and just knock things out.
That's all you're going to say?
Simplest way of life there is.
Caberjacks. Profound purveyors of violence.
I had to listen to what the heck was going on. Dang it, I can't get that one. I can't get this one. For you not to identify with the full part of the culture, you can't be a part of the culture. What does it say from Pirates of the Caribbean? In the crew, a part of the crew. In the ship, a part of the ship. Whatever it is. You don't get to just pick and choose which parts you want to identify with. Oh, I like the food and the music. I'm in. Right, I don't like the oppression. That's not a real thing. That's absolutely not a real thing. Like, I don't know who's out here picking and choosing. That's like me being like, okay, I want to work here, but I don't want to do my job. But I want you guys to pay me. Like, and if you do nothing to up that culture or like to benefit them, you're definitely not a part. You're a part of the problem and not the freaking solution. Just like how there's black people who don't help the cause of other black people. That's a real thing. They're not helping black people. They're a part of the problem and not the freaking solution. They're just as bad as the white people who come in and be like, yeah, I want to, listen to the music and call everybody a nigga and be like, my nigga. But, like, what are you doing to help black people to reach that next level of, like, civility where we can actually go out and nobody look at us funny? Just because it's like, oh, they're black, they're not supposed to be here, or where they're not allowed to do this. Since when are we allowing black people to do that? Since when are we allowing black people to be like this? Since when are we, allowing? I thought we were all humans at the end of the day. Was I not born from my mother like you were? I've never heard of your life. You can't allow me to do anything. And black people are, I don't know, the kind of backbone of society. At least we were before other black people started trying to tweak and bring us down like crabs in a freaking bucket. Crabs in a freaking bucket. It makes no sense to me. Of course white people did that. And now it's going to turn into a racial thing if I say that. Of course white people did that. White people pitted black people against each other from the beginning of time. And I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and be like, we were all happy back in the motherland, da 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 da. Just like there were kings and queens, there were servants and everything else. There were. It was a different society, though. There was no, oh, you're a house nigga and you're a field nigga. Oh, you light, so you inside, so people are going to think that you're better than them. But in reality, at the end of the day, we whipping all of y'all. Everybody getting the same punishment, but you want to pretend like you don't know because you want to be like, oh, I'm a house nigga, I'm special. Like, please. Black people, we've been pitted against each other since we got here, G. That's all it is. I'm really sitting here trying to be like these white people for what? For what? Oh, dang it. For why? Why are we trying to sit here and be like these white people and they're trying to be like us? That's what it's going to come down to in the end. I remember the episode on freaking SpongeBob where Patrick wanted to be like SpongeBob, and in the end, SpongeBob was like Patrick, and Patrick went back to being himself. That's what it takes. It takes us for it to go around in a full cycle and for somebody to make us sure of our own culture to go back to how we were. Hold on. Kaiju, leave it.
Your mind will become as
Nobody
cracked as our
feels
body.
used, betrayed. This lady literally
You are here.
kinked up her hair. All these hairstyles.
You're still in your mind's eye.
I saw her in some type of like
This is where
uniformed
your heroes
African
return to
dress
after
ceremony.
From here,
Like she's
they are equipped with
delusional.
any skills or
Huh?
weapons they may have earned, as well as perform research.
Was she married? I don't know. I was just trying to figure that out.
Some of our power to
I
help
was
the
just
war
trying to
effort
figure that out. I
endless.
was looking up some more
Whether it's building
information.
new cubes, starting a sage
I don't
guild,
think she was
or a
married.
standards crucible.
Did you want to know she married to a black dude, and which black dude believed that she was really black? He didn't go, you smell like outside. You're not, B. You're not black, G. I just smelt you. You smell like outside. That's
Building
What?
more keeps is likely the most pressing
Oh,
option,
my bad.
as you'll be able to foster more bloodlines. But
I'll be
don't
careful
shun
then.
the other possibilities. With your approval,
about to hit
we
this
can
gallery and
research
show off some of
weapons,
my paintings.
potions,
Support
armor,
black artists.
and with the amount of
No,
time
seriously, who
required
put her up
save
to
you
this?
from researching
There's
something,
no way she
consider
could
the
have thought of
Sage
this by
Rights
herself,
Guild.
B. Like, did they plan a committee? Like, is there somebody behind it? Somebody had to put her up to this. I remember being in the National Association for Black Journalists, and there was this white girl who wanted to join, and I was like, well, that's cool. And sometimes people are just more comfortable around niggas than anybody else. Yo, I don't blame you. But, like, we have a National Association of Black Journalists to help out other black journalists. We didn't have a National Association of Black Journalists for white people to come in that and dominate that too. Because I wish the F I would be an NABJ, that's what it's called, National Association of Black Journalists. I wish the F I would be an NABJ trying to get a scholarship, and this white girl just got it. Yo, that scholarship was specifically probably for minorities and not just journalism students. But because you're an NABJ, but you know that you're white, you want to be in here because you fit in with the black people. Yo, it's a time and a place for everything. Just like I was saying yesterday, at the end of the day, B, they wanted to send us back, B, like they're sending us back. No light skin, no half black, no, half white, no, none of that. You're getting sent back, officially. No, there's no question about it.